Welcome. You're here live at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. This is Tim Atkins and Matt Kinzer for the first game tonight between the RUPUFU Mastodons and the Northern Kentucky Norsemen. It's going to be a barn burner. It's almost time for game time. Matt, clue us in on what we're going to see tonight.
Tim, tonight Andy Piazzo kind of just told me that name of the game tonight is patience. He's going to see some zone defenses against him, 1-3, 2-3. Name of the game is skip pass, a little patience. Look for the playmaker from Northern Kentucky. His name is Will Hoyt. He's going to be the name to this offense for them tonight, and we look forward to him controlling the offense. He's gone, they're gone.
Hey, Matt, IPFW is 8-0 so far in the season, not by chance, but by system. Tell me a little bit about Gibson.
Sean Gibson's a powerful forward. He's a big man that likes to rough it up underneath. Give him the ball's going in the hole. He likes to play physical, which reminds me, one thing that IPFW is up against tonight is a lot of physical play underneath. They're big, they're strong.
Thank you, Matt. A little quick look, and now we'll be back after these commercial messages.
For over 2 millennia, Western society has generated a rich visual tradition of painting, sculpture, and architecture. What do these images mean? How can we understand them? Art of the Western world will take you on an exciting journey that will suggest answers to these and other questions. Beginning in ancient Greece and ending on the brink of the future, it will examine many of mankind's most enduring artistic achievements.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. It's the number 2 ranked IPFW Mastodons, 8-0 so far in the season, versus the Northern Kentucky Norsemen. Let's go now to the starting lineups for both teams.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of Indiana Purdue at Fort Wayne for tonight's contest between the visiting Northern Kentucky Norse and our own IPFW Mastodons. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Northern Kentucky. At one guard, a 6'3" senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 22, Greg Filia. At the other guard, a 6'4" senior from Columbus, Ohio, number 24, Ron Marbury. At a forward, a 6'5" senior from Erlanger, Kentucky, number 33, Brian Shade.
You're getting a good look at the starting lineup for the Norsemen.
A 6'10" junior from Columbia, Tennessee, number 40, Jonathan Gaines.
They are 6-2.
And at the other forward, a 6'7" junior from Columbus, Ohio, number 34, Antoine Smith. Head coach of Northern Kentucky is Ken Shields.
They're being coached by Ken Shields.
And now for our IPFW Mastodons. At one guard, a 5'8" senior from Saginaw, Michigan, number 10, Andre Walton. At the other guard, a 6'4" senior from Floyd Knobs, Indiana, number 20, Andrew Lieber.
Crowd has come alive a little bit.
A 6'5" senior from Lanesville, Indiana.
I would estimate.
Number 24, Shane Gibson. In the middle for the Mastodons, a 6'8" senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 44, Dandy Doug Reinke. And at the other forward, standing 6'7", a senior from Lanesville, Indiana, number 41, Sean Gibson. Head coach of the Mastodons is Andy Piazza. He's assisted by Dick Dumanian. And now would you please rise and join in singing as we play our national anthem.
The national anthem. Again, we're coming to you live from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here at IPFW.
Much better, Timmy.
IPFW. My apologies. Nothing intended, nothing received. They're coming on the floor now, Matt. Look for Gibson to start out early. He's a wide body, you mentioned. He plays similar to whom?
I would guess wide body Riley from Purdue, an old Purdue boy.
Greg Riley, who played for the Harding Hawks.
That's right.
Exactly.
Only this guy's a scorer, Tim. He likes to take the ball to the hole.
He's got legs, and he is alive. He uses them well. He gets up into the air for being 6'7". My guess is he's a senior. We're going to look to Sean Gibson a lot during the game. Will his name be said? Yes, I think so. As they come onto the floor, the crowd has started to pick up a bit. Again, we have a good-sized crowd tonight. I said the second-ranked IPFW Mastodons. They are, in fact, 11th ranked in Division II.
And 9th in the NCAA Division II Bulletin.
There you go.
9.
There you go.
Win tonight might crack us underneath 10, the best start in IPFW history. Tips going right away to Sean Gibson.
Gibson, he's on the left side. Takes it himself. He draws. Oh, my. It's going to be a foul. Gibson is...
It's like number 34.
They're going to go underneath for this one. He's not going to shoot. Mastodons inside, now back out, almost taken. Number 20, that's Andy Liebert. Over to 10, Andre Walton. The 41, Sean Gibson, controlling the ball, back inside. Liebert to Gibson on the left.
There's that zone we talked about earlier, Tim. The Mastodons are being patient right now, looking for the right shot. A lot of picking underneath.
Liebert to Gibson, looking for something to happen inside. No go. Back to Reinke. There's only 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot is no good,
nice
but tipped in by Reinke.
Very nice.
Shades of the baby bull, Michael Jordan. We've seen that before, those of you with Channel 9. Norseman get it across. There's some more than token defense being applied.
Yeah, we're going to look for a lot of trapping by the Mastodons. Piazza said we do not man-to-man. We do a lot of match-up defense, and that's what you'll see tonight, Tim.
Floor general appears to be number 22, Greg Felia. Mastodons up by 2, 2-0. Felia with the ball. He's barking out instructions as you get a good look at the Mastodons defense. Back to Felia, inside to Gaines. Jonathan Gaines lost the handle on that one. That's going to go the other direction, Matt.
I tell you what, right now they're not being as patient as we thought we would. Looks like IPFW is going to try and be a little more patient. We're looking at man-to-man right now, Tim.
Walton over to Gibson, waiting inside to Brother. Back outside, crossed to the top to Reinke. He looks, We've got some pushing and shoving going on inside, Matt, and I think we can expect that throughout the entire game.
A lot of physical play tonight we're going to look for. I think Northern Kentucky's going to try and feel out the IPFW, see what they can and cannot do early.
That's the first on Ron Marbury. Mastodons get inside, near steal. Ranky tried to get it to Walden, did not see the defense from Thalia.
Looking like they were going to reverse the ball back to the corner for their shot off the side.
Matt, you've seen the Mastodons play before. How disciplined are they in the very first part of the game?
Very disciplined. They just try to set the tempo. They're going to wear you out. They're going to keep coming at you.
Can you give me some stats on how much they average in a game? Points per game. Talk to me about PPG.
PPG, we're looking at PPG at around 75 to 80 points a game.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
A lot of Mastodon scoring is in the second half. They just keep coming at you and wearing you down.
They must be in good shape. Am I correct there?
That's right. Being the baseball coach here, I see him doing nothing but running.
Liebert a little bit more aggressive than what he needs to be, drawing the foul. Norseman's trying still to get the ball in. We've only had about 2 minutes leave us. The score is 2-0.
Look for this pressure, Tim.
Shades of 1950. I do not see a peach basket. We are in the 90s. They've got it across the 10-second line. There is a 10-second line here in men's basketball. Top to Keith Felly. He's going to wait and set things up.
This offense surprised me from Northern Kentucky. They like to fire the rock. They don't spend too much time holding the ball. They're just trying to figure out IPFW right now.
Good point, Matt, and that's critical right here in the very beginning. A little bit of checking each other out. Shot will not go. We've got some behind pushing by number 40, Jonathan Gaines. I don't think he's going to be able to control Ranky inside.
I tell you, I don't think so either. One stat that I am aware of against Ashland, Northern Kentucky shot 37 field goals.
Is that right?
Only 9 assists.
Oh my. Walton walks it up. He's looking. He's got Ranky on the corner. Here's the pass inside to Gibson. It is stolen away by Ron Marbury. Waves for fellow teammate Failure to take it. He does indeed. Top of the key, over to the side. Back to the top. Marbury wants some mano-a-mano. Goes left. Down the baseline, back to the top to Failure. Over to Smith. That's Antoine Smith. Shot will caroom and go through.
That's a charge for me, Timmy. I'm calling a charge.
We're going to put the zebra stripes on you, Matt. That one, in fact, did look like we might have missed a call on that one.
I think so. Piazzo, I think, agrees with us.
Andy, the coach of the Mastodons, quite vocal on the side. But Gibson looking for Ranky. He wants something. There's the pass. Baseline shot is up, and it was more than a block. It was a body block by Jonathan Gaines. Is that his first, Matt, or second? Look for a quick exit. We're going to have a quick exit from him, I'm sure.
Number 2 for the big man. Look for him coming out, I would say so, Tim.
Less than 4 minutes gone in the first half, and Gaines, the tallest player for the Norsemen, picks up his second foul. We've got some action on the side. Liebert wanting something done to his hand. No, better yet, he's applying some kind of
foreign substance.
It looks like we may be talking WWF.
Could be.
Yes, Blackjack Lanza and Blackjack Mulligan.
They're back.
Channel 6. Cable access. Mastodons and the Norsemen tonight. 16:30 left in the first half. It is all knotted up. We've got macrame 2 apiece. And at the line, number 23, Scott Simmons waiting. Scott's a 6'1" junior. He checks in at 170. He's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Played his high school ball for West Catholic. Scott Simmons. What's
Hey Timmy, I got an interesting stat. We slip him into the game. You know what he's shooting from the free throw line?
What is he?
A big 100, 100%. Not a bad change there.
How many shots though, Matt?
Well, he's is, what is he? I don't know, 8 for 8.
That's a little too soon, 8 for 8. He's
Yeah.
not even gotten the double figures. Let's see how he does. Here's the shot. It won't go. Jinx City from Matt Kinzer, Jinx City. Good luck. A good look at Scott Simmons as he squares up here. Shot's good.
Count
it
it.
falls. 3-2. Norseman in.
There's a
Gaines
trap, Tim. Here comes a trap.
to Smith. Failure with no trouble. Gets by.
There's the
Here's
ball.
the steal. Scott Simmons with the ball. Down to Walton. Looks back. Takes it. No. There's a steal. Back to Gibson. Well, I felt like I was watching a battle line there. Shot is no good. Rebound inside by Smith. Over to Thalia. He takes it the right side. Back down to the middle. Wants it himself. Is stripped of the ball. Walton controls for IPFW. Looking for something. Inside to Ranky on the left.
He's won it. He's won that 3.
Ranky says, I've done this before here. Let me try it again. No good. Rebound by the Norseman inside.
Dons are only getting 1 shot on offense, Tim.
We need to square up a little bit more, Matt, I think, on those rebound possessions. Norsemen are going to slow things down. Again, 3-2. There's the steal, but a kick. You can't do that in this kind of league.
Soccer we can, basketball we can't. Resets the 45-second clock.
Thank you, Palin. Yes. Thank you, Palin. No kicking allowed tonight here at Gate Sports Center. Tosses into Gaines. 1 jump, shot up, and will not go. Rebound by Shane Gibson. Gives it to Walton. Walton down the middle behind the back. Layup shot is no good. Beautiful though. Artistic value at 10. Just misses. Little hustle going on. And with the hustle comes a line infraction.
Another
Walton points for adrenaline on that one.
I was just going to point out another 1 shot for the Mastodons. They're playing pressure.
The deep pass. Failure is going to slow things up for the Norsemen. Northern Kentucky having just a little bit of trouble getting it inside to their scores. Here's a nice fake with a baseline shot and good. Nothing but net. Greg Thalia nails the J down to Shane Gibson, who wants some action and lays it up and good. It's good. Puts the Mastodons back up by 1, 5-4 with 14:45 left in the first half.
We got to look to Shane for more scoring.
Yes, I think so.
There's a kick.
Kick by Ranky.
I'll tell you one thing about Shane Gibson. He is averaging quite a bit more in the GLVC conference, 17 as opposed to 11.
Is that right?
Looks
What
like
do you
he comes to
attribute that
play.
Matt?
I'm sorry?
What do you attribute that to?
Playing hard. It's conference time. Game's on the line. We're going to go out a little bit harder, and he's taking over.
He's a senior. Leadership. Look for him. There's the steal. Simmons with the ball on the left side. He's got it and shoots it himself.
Very
It's
nice.
good. I saw something there that I think we should look for the rest of the game, Matt. It looks like IPFW is taking that fast break opportunity and going with it. Ranky with the steal.
Got a foul.
And a foul on number 14. That's Craig Wilhoit, 6'1" senior. Ought to know better. He's a senior, but he still reaches in.
Transition's the key to the game now tonight for IPFW. I think they're beating the other team down the court. Northern Kentucky is not getting back, Tim.
You'd think for a team with a 6-2 record, they would understand that, my friend. But they do not. Some good hustling going on. That's what you like to see from your players as a coach. Good hustling. But nothing became of it. 7-4 is the score with a Mastodon 3-point lead with 14:13 left in the first half. Long passes. We've got some long passes. Ranky keeping it. Gives it to Gibson in the middle. Wants the shot, but doesn't take it. He's a three-point shooter. It's up. It will not fall. Gibson battle inside with Antoine.
Andy Piazza is a little upset about something. I don't know.
I think Gibson got pushed, and there's a little traveling music being played. Michael Samsonite, pal.
I don't know. See if Andy's going to work the official a little bit right next to him. I don't know if he will or not.
Matt, one of the things I've noticed, and you've picked it up too, is that there's some freedom of substitutions going on They've got fellas coming in and out of the game. Ranky with the ball. Over to Gibson. Looking, top of the key, back over to Simmons. Controls it with heat. Gibson to Gibson. Looking for Ranky. Sean into Doug. Shot is up. It will go. That's just muscle, Matt. That's all that is.
There's that trap we're looking for.
That is just muscle. You're going to see a lot of that.
Let it go. No touch here.
Somebody forgot to manage the ball correctly that time. Hey, put it in a debit, a withdrawal.
Looks like Coach Shields had enough of that. He's going to sit down and talk for a little bit with his team.
There's a timeout. The Northern Kentucky Norsemen want to talk it over, think it over. The College Cable Access Program Guide provides information about our programming, including IPFW sports telecast. To receive your free Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to College Cable Access Center at IPFW. The address is 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805-1499. Or take the time, dial us direct, call us at 481-6582. That's College Cable Access information. We'll be giving that to you a little bit later on. You do want to get some of that.
There's a look at some eager youngsters. Are they going to play at halftime, I wonder?
I don't know, but you can sure bet tomorrow afternoon when they're out in the playground or in the parking lot, they're doing I'm Gibson, you're Ranky, let's pass and shoot. You ever do that as a kid, Matt?
All the time.
You grew up with a couple of brothers and sisters. Matter of fact, I played outside your house a couple of times, and we had some battles. Some real good, yes. You call them battles, I call them games.
I usually win.
Well, your memory, you know, is a little bit shaky, but I don't think we have the stats on that entire escapade, but it was initiated. What a fiasco. We're back live, 13:06 left in the first half, 9-4, Mastodons with the lead. Simmons wants it into Gibson. He does get it. Gibson, shoulder square, top the key, no. Over to Ranky. Doug, cooler heads prevailing. Simmons again trying to get it inside. He shakes and banks. Gibson gets it back to Simmons. Three-pointer shot up, no good. Inside to Shane.
The rebound in the basket by
good foul right there.
Shane
Shane's
Gibson.
involved in the game and saw that coming off. He came
Matt, that's
through
how
the
you win
middle.
games.
That is. You got to be alert on the ball, read it off the rim.
That's exactly right. Norseman having a little trouble, 11-4. Finally getting it and squaring it.
I see Will Hoyt's back in the game now
Yes, he
for
is.
Northern Kentucky. He's their leader.
Inside to Antoine Smith. Nice, pretty bank off the glass. Gibson taking it into Ranky on the left side. Looks to the top, keeps it himself, wants it, passes it. A steal. A little trouble getting some jello on that one, but they finally slipped it in. Here's the shot. It's up. It will not go. Rebound Smith. Shot. Oh, you might as well just hand fake that one.
They're controlling the boards right now.
Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Handed right to him, 2 feet from the bucket, and lays it in.
Now look for IPFW to skip past quite a bit on the zone and work it into Sean.
Ranky, the Gibson shot's good. That looked a little bit like 1971 with Steve Platt from the Huntington Foresters, using a lot of body touch. Failure, top the key, Will Hine, here's a shot, it won't go. Rebound Gibson, passes it to Marcinek. Down low to Simmons, inside to Ranky.
Nice pass.
Clinic, it's clinic time.
I'll tell you what, transition's the name of the game, and IPFW, they're taking advantage of Northern Kentucky not getting back.
15-8. I would say half those points are just good transition buckets.
Here we go again.
Gibson with the rebound, over to Marcinek. Tries to get inside, but it's deflected. It should stay, and it will. 10:56 left in the first half. 15-8 is the score. Piazzi says, hey, boys, it's time to refresh. He sends in a new squadron. Who's into the game now, Matt?
Jeff Smitty, number 4 for IPFW.
Jeff Smith, number 4, Smithy. 5'10" junior guard from
Pat Murphy.
Greenwood.
Pat Murphy from Fort Wayne's very own Bishop Dwenger, number 54, senior, checking in. He's a physical play. He likes to play physical, and I think he's in there for that reason. He's posting up now, Tim.
Liebert inside to...
Come on, Murphy.
Almost. Murphy muscling, but did not convert. Wilhite with the ball with a nice 1950s Hoosiers haircut. Over to Felia. Looking, passing. Wilhite, shot from 3. That's Freeland.
Wide open, Tim. Had plenty of time to get.
Ryan Schran with the three-pointer. He went for the gasoline on that one. Murphy with the shot. Needs a little work. Needs a little work. Top to Schran.
I think they're getting caught up in not being patient. That was one thing Coach Piazza was afraid of. We're getting a little bit out of sync here.
Good point, Matt. I think anytime you play tough defense, you've always got that chance of making a nice conversion or getting beat badly. And they, in fact, just then did. That 15-8 lead is now shrunk to 15-13. And Mastodons up by only 2 with 9:50 left in the first half.
Got Andre Walton coming in. He's going to control the offense. He's going to say, hey, let's settle down, be patient. Bringing in the big man, Doug. Ranky. He's going to come in and be a force, hopefully.
Ranky back in for Murphy. I think that's a good move by Andy, don't you, Matt?
Sure. Murph coming off the bench. He's wanting to get things done as a senior, and it's just not working. You got to get the Doug back in for a little more physical play.
Pass into Ranky over to Walton. There's the steal. Liebert tried to get it inside and just could not. Here's Antoine Smith down low to 43. Shot is no good. Rebound by Smithy. Over to Walton. He's got some skates. Takes it down low and in. Nice shot.
That's what he's there for. He's getting some things done. Here comes a trap. See if we get a turnover here.
I'm not sure I'd want a 6'8" man being the dribbler for the team. Wilhite takes it inside and gets hammered.
I'll tell you one thing interesting about Wilhite. He was sick all the way down here. They had to stop the vans a couple times for him to do what he had to do on the side of the road. He's not feeling a little flu bug going around, but I'll tell you one thing about this guy. Northern Kentucky, as we watch him shoot, shot 37 field goals, made, and only had 9 assists to him, and he had 6 of them.
Woo.
6 of the assists. So there's a lot of individual play out here for Northern Kentucky, and it looks like it to me that's what's happening now.
He doesn't look sick tonight as he hits 1 of 2 from this old house. Walton back over. Shot is no good. Inside a battle going on. Walton controls. Over to Liebert.
Be patient, boys.
Over to Smithy. Shot is up and count it. 3.
Straight Johnny Cash.
He went for the full tank of gas on that one. 20-14.
Big bucket. Big
yes,
bucket
it was
right
indeed.
there.
That's why he's in the game. Norsemen are a little bit unsure and yet still getting it done. They're down by 6 with just over 8 minutes left in the first half.
I see Shane Gibson getting off the bench.
That, my friends, was a good power move, and yet to no avail. Number 43.
Number 50. John Honstreiter is in the game now, and Gibson replaces.
I'm looking for number 43 on my program, Matt, and I do not see him. Has he snuck into the game from the stands?
Yes, I don't know, Tim. I saw him sitting up in the stands earlier.
Gibson into Ranky. Ranky looked like a hook, but stayed instead. Walton with the ball on the left side, being jostled. Walton with a beautiful pass. That is something to behold.
And that's what playmaking's all about.
John Honstreiter.
Game.
Excellent, excellent move by Andre. He painted a Picasso on that one.
Precisely.
Failure's going to set it up top. The key for the Norsemen. Looking over to the left, inside to Smith. Near steal by Ranky, and does. Smithy with the ball to Walton. He's going to bring him down. They're half court, and they're still doing fast breaks. Smithy baseline. Wants to reverse. Will go.
Good call.
But there is a negation. It appears that young Smithy stepped on the line and has hurt himself. You've got a good shot there of Jeff Smithy trying to walk off a hobble.
You know, he did step on the line, but I think he was helped a little bit from behind, Tim. It looked from behind.
I hear you.
He's going to stay in the game.
It looks like he is. Coach Piazza giving him the eagle eye, making sure that his foot is okay. Look for a quick exit. I'm not a prophet, but count on it. Back into the game's Jonathan Gaines, number 40 for the Norseman, having a little trouble getting it in. There's the pass to Fellier, the floor general. Back down over to Schramm. He wants it, fakes it, takes it. It's good. Wanted it, fake it and take it. It's good.
Too much going for the block, Tim. We got to get back on defense and force the shot. We're going for blocks instead of.
We're taking some gamble. There is some Procter and gambling going on. Smithy inside. Number 50, John Honstreiter, the 6'6" senior from Seymour, home of John Cougar Mellencamp, knocks one in, rattles it. Jonathan Gaines wanting it, but did not. Back out. Failure controlling. Looks both ways, then inside to Gaines. A strip by Smithy. Walton with the ball. Which direction will he go? He goes solo. Might have been a poor move, Matt. Can we get another shot of that? Let's see if we can take a look at Andre Walton bringing it down the middle. Has two gentlemen in white filling the lanes, opts to take it himself.
From a coaching standpoint, you gotta stop at the top of the key. You've got two guys on the side, pick and choose. If something's gonna happen, you can't take it to yourself.
Well, he decided to bring the cheese right down the middle, and they baked the ham. Failure. Inside shot
charge, blocking. I see a charge. I'm wearing the whistle. I'm wearing the pinstripes. I see a charge, Tim.
Doug Reinke having a little trouble with the young fellow. Coach Piazzi not enjoying that either. Sitting down next to his All-American. At the line, number 43, of whom we have no info for the Norseman. Here's a good look at him.
Well, whoever he is, I hope he keeps missing.
Let's give him a name, Matt.
Okay.
I say we call him Dirk Colgrove.
Okay.
Dirk Colgrove at the line, number 43 for the Norseman. Shots up. It will go. Colgrove hitting 1 for 2 tonight. I like that name.
It sticks. I like it too, Tim.
Smithy, three-pointer. It's up. It will go.
Hey,
all of it.
Let him get hot. As you see the 3 signs in the stands, people are aware that boy, he can shoot the 3.
Young
the
Jeff
trifecta.
We've got some info. We've called the National Institute of Names. Ron Barbary.
Ron Barbary.
Are you sure that's correct? Number 43. We're going to try and check on that again.
Ron Marbury.
That's number 24. We're looking for 43. Maybe he's changed his uniform.
I think that's correct, only because I think we had a little blood on the uniform. We had to transfer the uniform.
Gotcha, Gibson, good.
That's what happened, Tim. We've got Marbury out there.
I see. I was once blind, now I see.
I hear you.
Ron Marbury has changed uniforms and is now wearing number 43. For those of you keeping score at home, Wilhite over to Schramm. He wants some action, does not get it. Being hawked by Honstreiter. Back to Failure, over to the wing. Inside to Gaines, shots up, it will go. That was a clinic on moving the ball around the floor to the weak side and getting the 10-foot J. Walton to Smithy. Smithy
Stay
shot.
Hot.
He likes
Stay
it.
Hot.
Dial it. Run 800 long distance.
Right at home, baby. 3. Straight Johnny Cash.
He's got a touch on him. Wilhite from behind. Walton with the foul. Pushing, says the referee. Pushing.
There'll be no pushing out there, Tim.
Good look at Andre Walton, the floor general for the Mastodons, the senior. Yes, we just received information. Ron Marbury had to change his uniform from originally wearing number 24 to 43. Why was that?
Basically because it's a new rule in the NCAA basketball. It's the blood rule.
The blood rule.
The blood on the uniform has to be changed.
It's the first blood rule used back in 1984 with Sylvester Stallone not It's the AIDS awareness creeping into the 90s sports arena. That's what we got there, just in case. Ron Marbury is now wearing number 43. At the line, Jonathan Gaines, number 40. A good look at him, the center from Columbus. Shot is good. Mastodons with a 9-point lead, 5 minutes left in the first half.
Interesting stat on Jonathan Gaines. He is a transfer from a D1 school.
What school might that be?
Southeast Missouri,
Okay.
Division I. Matter of fact, they have 2 guys from Division I transfers over to Northern Kentucky.
So they're not afraid of the junior varsities.
Definitely not.
Gibson reels and
Nice.
rolls and rocks, but does not use all of the board. Simmons hands it.
Simple free throw right there.
It's good. He goes from black and white to color, nails the 15-foot J. Puts the Mastodons up by 10. Failure being hawked and hacked by Scott Simmons. One of the things you want to tell your players, Matt, obviously, is when you get a good play under your belt, not to go back and make a mistake. Am I right?
That's correct. You want to just get back and force them to make an error and just lock out and rebound. You know, their field goal percentage isn't that high.
Youngsters, that's coming to you from Matt Kinzer, the former player for the Norwell Knights, who took his team all the way to the final game of the semi-state. Am I correct there, Matt?
I wish it was. It was the regional.
The regional game, excuse me, who then went on to play at Purdue, kicked his way and threw his way to the professional leagues. I'm talking Cardinals. I'm talking Tigers.
That's correct, Timmy.
And now is a businessman here in the Summit City area. Murphy with the rebound, pulls it down, gives it to Walton, who takes himself over to Gibson, however, and Jay is good.
Count it.
Went for a tank of gas on that one. 37-25.
Has a big bucket right there, Timmy. Puts him up.
Wilhite to Smith. Wilhite barking out some instructions, wants some help. Here's the pick. Marfrey. The new uniform over to Failure. To Wilhite into Jonathan.
Good D by Brother Gibson. We're on the move.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Great
Oh,
pass.
hello. Oh, my.
He says,
my.
not tonight.
Says take your TV dinner elsewhere. Let's see if we can get a replay on that one. That was interesting. You've got Walton taking it down the middle, chooses to go to Gibson, who wants to toss it and does. Can we get another shot of that? It's a good look at the Norseman. Walton opted to pass off. Here, start it right there. Let's take a good look here. We're having some trouble. Let me just visualize it for you. Walton down the middle was forced to make a decision, goes to his right. Gibson has the ball. Defense applies pressure. He lowers it down. Looks like a layup. Out of nowhere comes Antoine Smith, says later.
He says,
That's college ball, Matt.
That is. That's good hustle getting back by Northern Kentucky, which they haven't been doing tonight. One thing I am seeing out there, looks like Northern Kentucky's a little frustrated on offense. I think they're used to getting the ball up every 8-10 seconds. I don't think they like what they're seeing, and I think that's because Wilhoit's a little bit fatigued right now due to the flu, and he's not setting the offense up too good right now. They're just a little impatient, Tim, and I think that might be what they're talking about now.
If you're Coach Shields, you're telling your team to what, Matt? Slow down?
Well, I'm telling my team to slow down and get the right shot. It looks like the passes, they're reversing the ball by the time the pick comes through. They're just not being patient, looking for the guys underneath.
All right.
They got to get back to the big man.
Coach Shields in his 5th year. Ought to know better. Trying to teach. Doing a good job of it with his 6-2 Norseman. Gibson with the ball, into Gibson. Brother Shane, shot up, no go.
Murphy.
Rebound tipped by Murphy. He's big.
That's what he's there for. He's a wide
exactly
body.
Right. He's been in the weight room. He's a big boy. Failure for the Norseman. Takes it himself. Shot is up and.
Oh no!
My
You can't
goodness.
count that bucket.
Oh my goodness.
That bucket's. Oh, you can't count that.
That, my friends, was something you won't see that often.
Except when I'm playing.
It looked like some cylinder play.
And we got a foul. A no call.
Gibson misses the layup. It looked like he might have had some friendly contact from behind.
He walked. Call it.
We do have a travel. I think Coach Piazzi's got a courtroom dilemma here. He wants to be the judge and the attorney at the same time, but that, my friends, was an open and shut case. The man was in the cylinder. Matt, what's the ruling on that?
Ruling ball's in the cylinder, you can't touch it. You touch it, you can't have it.
Exactly.
No points there.
Exactly. Simmons over to Walton. Back to Gibson. Inside to Gibson. Sean to Shane. Shane with the shot. Good. Nothing but net. Count it.
They probably haven't been working on that since they were young in the backyard.
Against dad and probably the neighbor kids. The neighbor. The neighbor. Starring John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. Defense will get you a lot of things, Matt. It'll get you ahead. And that's what the Mastodons are, playing tenacious defense. Neighbor Pat Graham, we just got word from the booth. Pat Graham, who is the often seen visitor on the Indiana Hoosier bench. Oh my. Is that right? We've got some more info. It appears that both Gibson brothers played with Pat Graham. That is something we did not know.
I had no clue.
But we are correct in saying that I'm sure that team went a long ways.
How far did they go? Maybe they'll come back with that answer. I don't know.
Let's see if we can. Well, I'll tell you how far they went, Matt. They went to the final game, Pat Graham and the Gibson brothers. And of the three, Pat Graham was given the award of Mr. Basketball. And don't ask me about the Truster Award winner, because I have no idea. I do know, however, that Mike Weaver from Huntington won the Truster Award.
Look at that, the little man underneath Mr. Walton. What a rebound. He took that and said, hey,
He gets
I'm
up.
coming in there with you guys.
He flies a kite.
You know something, Timmy, right now I'm looking at the score, 44-27. It's amazing how all of a sudden IPFW has just taken over.
Well, Coach Knight says in the last 5 minutes of the first half and the beginning of the second half are the most pivotal minutes of the game. We've seen that. We've seen that clearly tonight here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. With a 44-27 lead, 1:58 left in the first half. Tonight's ball game without Pat Graham. Without Pat Graham, the Gibson brothers have done quite well. And with that, we'll be right back for more GLVC basketball action right after these brief messages.
I believe that we can restore prosperity.
For over 40 years, the primary responsibility for shaping America's economic policies rested with the office of the president. To learn how these decisions are made, how they affect you, enroll in the Economics USA telecourse. It's an education for life.
We're back live at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, where the Mastodons have accumulated a 17-point lead, 24-27 over the Northern Kentucky Norsemen. Matt Kinzer with me here. Matt, what do you attribute this huge lead to?
Basically just getting the job done.
Getting the job done.
Day in and day out, they're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's getting the job done. Hardly any turnovers.
Good heads-up defense.
Exactly.
Putting the ball in the hole, knowing what your role is, and having Sean Gibson on your team.
That helps. And brother Shane and nephew Mel.
Without Pat Graham. Norseman running the ball up the court. We've got a new man in number 44. We'll try and get his name to you in a second. Marfree over to Will Height, back inside to 44.
That's Sibley.
We have a name for you.
Trent Sibley from Dayton, Ohio.
Sibley.
He's a 6'10", 210-pound senior. Number 44, all the way from Dayton, Ohio.
He's a big boy.
He's a biggin.
6'5", 210, and he's at the line.
Another example why Andy Piazza's so concerned about underneath play, the wide bodies, but right now it doesn't look like it's affecting us at all.
He misses the first, gets a chance for a second. That is Sibley.
He's shooting 1,000%. I jinxed him again. He's 6 for 7 now.
Second shot falls for him, and that puts the Norsemen within 16, 44-28. Walton by himself, down the middle, opts to stop. Over to the wing from Simmons into Gibson. Gibson loves the move and takes the shot. Good.
I tell you what, this Tim turnaround jumper, he gets up so high. Nice shot from the side.
It looks like Steve Platt, the All-American who was drafted by the Washington Bullets back in 1968, I believe.
67.
67. Shot by Thalia is good. Nice little 10-foot baseline J. Negates the nice move by Gibson. But I don't think there's too much to worry about right now with just a little over 1 minute left in the first half as Walton walks it up the floor looking for some action. Over to Simmons, who takes the longer than three.
NBA.
My goodness. Looked like Scott Skiles on that one. Former Mr. Basketball, Michigan State Spartan, and now Orlando Magic, who plays with the Shack.
Tell you, IPFW wants to be careful. We don't want Northern Kentucky to come within 10.
No, we don't.
That's the magic number.
We don't want to get any stupid fouls.
Like right there.
And there's Trent Sibley with the nice move inside. Gets the 1-footer.
Got 28 seconds on the clock right now. Shot clock is done. We're setting up for a good shot. We're going to get over 50 points in this half.
Walton waiting. Shane. Pick from Sean. No, Pat Graham. Simmons over to Walton with 9-8-7 left. 5. Walton.
2.
Gibson shots up. It will go.
Yes. Count that, baby. Write it in the book.
That, my friends, is how you end a first half. With
That's
51 to 32.
right there.
That's our score. The Mastodons doing precisely what they wanted to do as they came into the game, and that is dominate both ends of the floor, defense as well as offense. Matt, if you're the coach, Ken Fields. If you're the coach, what are you telling?
Well, I'm telling this, Tim. We'll be right back for more GLVC basketball action right after these brief messages. That's what I'm saying.
Well done, my friend. Live at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, where the Mastodons have the lead against the Norsemen. You're taking a good look at some young basketball players, maybe future collegians, as they hone and perfect their skills. But we've got the stats from the first half. Matt Kinzer, lead us down that Primrose Lane.
Okay, you got it. Northern Kentucky looks like they've got the most scoring from Ryan Schran. He's got 10 points, followed by Jonathan Gaines has 6. Antoine Smith, 6. Greg Filia has 5. Right now, switching back over to IPFW, I think the funny story tonight is brother Shane Gibson to brother Sean. I think we're used to seeing Sean doing all the scoring, but tonight it's Shane. Shane taking over with 15 points. Pretty much balanced scoring through everybody. Everybody's gotten into the action except for one player. We got 15 for Shane Gibson, brother Sean with 4. 6 goes to ranking. We have 2 guys with 8, Jeff Smithy and Scott Simmons. Both have 8 points, Tim. And it looks like to me that we're controlling the boards tonight. Total boards for Northern is 9, and for us it's 16.
Matt, they don't seem to need both Gibsons tonight. Am I correct there?
Well, I don't think so.
It looks like Shane and Sean could be interchangeable.
I think so. Doesn't matter. They both look the same. I think they could be interchangeable.
24-41, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter tonight. We've got The halftime stats there for you to take a good look at. I think the key, of course, is the three-point. We have 6 for 11 for the Mastodons and only 2 for 5 for the Norsemen, as well as the field goal percentage, just nipping them. But take a look at the field goals taken. 22 for 36 versus only 12 of 21. That's going to win you some ball games right there, man.
Something about that field goal percentage. IPFW is ranked second in the nation as a team with that 56.5 percentage, and that just goes to show you that's why they win ball games. They take a lot of shots and they make a lot of shots.
That's exactly right, Matt. And we want to congratulate right now the Lady Mastodons, who earlier defeated the Lady Norsemen in a very close, very, very well-fought game.
In fact, they handed him the first loss, Tim. Eileen's looks like she's got the things happening here for the Mastodons, the Lady Dons. And I just feel that they're doing real well in that regards, and she's done real well. We're
going to stay right here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center as you get a good look at both teams coming back out onto the floor. The Lady Mastodons coached well, pulled out a close victory. They are looking for a change this second semester season. We're just pleased to be able to be here live during this holiday season. Our best to you and yours as the year has changed from 92 to 93, and I know that because I've written some checks already. Hey, let's talk about another sport, Matt. Baseball here at IPFW. You're the coach, am I correct?
That's correct.
How's it look?
Coach. Looks pretty good. We've got a lot of promising freshmen, underclassmen coming in that are going to take over right away. Some guys that turned down some D1 offers, Division I offers, to stay right here in Fort Wayne and call Fort Wayne their home. And we're going to be called the New Look Mastodons.
Mastodons.
The Mastodons.
What a familiar and then yet quite unfamiliar mascot. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure.
Why the Mastodons?
Well, I think it's because the Mastodon, it's an instinct prehistoric elephant-like creature similar to a mammoth.
Or the behemoth.
Or the Bahamut.
There you go.
And we're called the Mastodons because we are.
All right.
And back to the Mastodons, the New Look Mastodons. I look for an exciting year from our Mastodon.
Sure you do. You're the head coach. You got to say that.
That's the only reason why. And hopefully we'll compete for getting in the GLVC tournament, which has never been done here at IPFW.
Well, those folks who follow closely the IPFW sports scene are more interested in how many professional players, or at least potential professional players, will we have in the next few years. You've played, you know what it takes. Give us the scoop on that.
We've got a couple guys that have the talent. It's just a matter of them realizing they have the talent and working with what they have. A lot of guys take things for granted. It'll never be me. And I'm a coach that's going to tell you, if you got a chance, you got a chance. And I've got a young kid from Snyder High School who's got the tools. He's got tools to run, to throw, and to hit. And
his name is?
His name is Rob Millage.
Okay.
And I look for some good things out of him. He's got two things that have got to come to the ballpark every day, Tim. It's got to be speed and a good arm. And he's got both.
Those are things you can wake the boy up at 3 o'clock in the morning and he's going to be able to do for you.
That's right.
Matt, I saw you pitch your freshman year in high school in the sectional final game. You were the starting pitcher and you pitched a darn good game. In other words, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you've got the tools, you're heading north. Am I correct?
That's correct. If you got the tools, it doesn't matter where you're at either.
Cup of coffee, big show.
The big time. I was fortunate. I had a chance to play there, and I had a good time playing there. And I just strongly urge the parents out there, if your kid's got a dream to play, let him dream.
All right. Matt, this is a little bit off the subject, but we've had a lot of baseball movies come out in the last couple of years. Which was your favorite? 8 Men Out, Bull Durham, or Major League?
I would have to go with Major League.
Major League with Charlie Sheen, Corbin Burnson, and I believe Elvis Presley was in that
I
one.
think he was. Yeah. I'm not sure if he was or
Elvis
not.
Presley.
But actually, I really enjoyed Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams,
yeah,
nice. Nice choice. The story of Ray Kinsella.
That's right.
If you build it, he will come.
It looks like
if you shoot it, it will fall.
Definitely, because they are building a lead, and we are coming with a lead. 51-32 is the score tonight, Tim. And
Matt, in every game there's the physical side of it, of which the Mastodons are winning 51-32, and yet there's the psychological side. What goes on inside a man during his synapse gap, cerebrium, cerebellum? What kind of scoop can you give us there? Any psychological warfare being played out?
Well, I think so. I think what IPFW has established right now is the intimidation factor. Northern Kentucky was right with them for the first 5 minutes, and right now they're sizing up IPFW, saying, boy, I hope we don't get blown out.
Okay.
And I think that's what we're going to try and do tonight. And I think Northern Kentucky might be concerned that we don't score 100 and that they score at least 60. But we're in for a good. I don't think we're going to let up tonight, Tim.
I don't think so either. The gears are in fourth, and we're heading on an MCI motor coach downhill.
I tell you what, some interesting games tonight as we speak. Northern Kentucky at IPFW, obviously. St. Joe is at Bellarmine, Indianapolis at Ashland. The big game is Kentucky Wesleyan at Southern Indiana. Kentucky's ranked second in the nation. Southern Indiana has been mentioned, but it'd be nice to see Kentucky Wesleyan get a defeat tonight so we can see the Mastodons move up the highest they've ever been in the rankings.
Yes, indeed, my friend. And again, an update. Pat Graham is nowhere near the stadium. Nowhere near the stadium. All right, we're back live with the second half just beginning. Score 51-32. Good look at some of the folks in the crowd. He is not there. There is no Pat Graham.
I'm looking. I don't see him.
He's not here tonight. Mastodon to the mast. 19-point lead and want to accumulate more. And I don't see any kind of roadblock that will not allow that. Gibson, it looked like the cover photo of the program as Sean Gibson took it, reversed, and laid it in.
Oh, he's walking.
Bill, you're having a little trouble being guarded by...
That's 10, baby. That's 10.
Boom. Blocked by Sean into Murphy's hand over to Walton. He scoots,
give it up.
To the right side, into Gibson, who wants it again and is out.
I tell you what, Sean looks like he's tired of Shane scoring all the points.
Yeah, there's a little brother thing going on there. Brothers Karamazov.
I think Mom and Dad's gonna have to separate them tonight.
I think Homer said it best when he said, "Tell me, O muse, of that city sacker of Sparta, the one they call Odysseus." Am I off base there, Matt? Just
I have no idea where you are.
Okay. Don
Anyway,
gets in the
Sean's
paint.
got the ball.
Shots up and good. That's all day.
I tell you what, when he gets in that color blue, which is the paint, count it.
That's all day, my friend. Norseman again trying to adjust to the full court pressure. Felia says, hey, I can shoot it. I will. However, Murphy with the rebound. Walton controls on the left side. Inside the right to Gibson, who gets fouled. He grabbed the metacarpal bone.
I believe so. Looks like Sean may have came down on an ankle. He looks like he's okay, though. But, you know, from what I hear, Sean's pretty much a mop out there. He's on the floor as much as he's not. So that's just like him all over the floor. The young fella's going to the line for some free throws. Let's see if that will soothe some of the wounds as he gets two. First is good. Sean's shooting 81% for the year. He's shooting just 50% though in the GLVC. Okay. Thank you, master of the stats, Matt Kinzer. My pleasure. Second shot will go. Sean Gibson doing quite well to start the second half, putting the Mastodons up by 25. Physical, psychological, and some social welfare going on. We've yet to cover the spiritual. here, Sean's pretty much a mop out there. He's on the floor as much as he's not. So that's just like him all over the floor.
The young fella's going to the line for some free throws. Let's see if that will soothe some of the wounds as he gets 2. First is good.
Sean's shooting 81% for the year. He's shooting just 50% though in the GLVC. Tim.
Okay. Thank you, master of the stats, Matt Kinzer.
My pleasure.
Second shot will go. Sean Gibson doing quite well to start the second half, putting the Mastodons up by 25. Physical, psychological, and some social welfare going on. We've yet to cover the spiritual. Marfrey being hooked from behind by Sean. No, that's Shane.
You know, Tim, to me, that's a silly foul.
Yes,
you got him trapped at the mid-court line. Why foul him? Did him a favor, gave him the ball right back.
That's right.
That matchup D
Marfrey with the ball with the non-blood stained jersey and misses. Rebound by Shane. The wall.
Look at the big man go.
To Murphy.
Oh, we got a foul.
Into the granite. I think we were going to build on the new room there, and Pat Murphy was going to be the first construction. That boy is big, and it wouldn't take much to go right through that wall up to Dan Gephardt's office.
Could be. He was right underneath.
We do want to say Merry Christmas again to all the staff at IPFW. Dan Gephardt and his wife Sarah, as well as Dave Skelton and his lovely wife Karen. Norseman getting it across in time. The almost miscue by Felia into Jonathan. Antoine Smith with the ball back to Greg Felia, top of the key. He barks out some instructions, goes to his left, back to the top, looking inside, nothing happening. Marfrey with the ball, shot is out of his hand. Rebound by number 20.
They're running again. Ball's looking for Murphy underneath.
Giving him some playing time, the senior. Shot is blocked twice. Pat says, I didn't understand the first time, teach me again. They were to oblige. Norseman ball. Inside to Antoine Smith. Shot is blocked by Shaw.
There they go. We're off and running.
From Murphy to Walton to Gibson. Lays it in. 3 passes, the length of the court. That's beauty in action.
Did you notice who we had running the floor? We had all 3 big men running the floor.
Exactly, and I think Robert Frost said it best when he said there were 2 roads that diverged in the middle, and I took the one less traveled, and it has made the difference. Sean Gibson taking the road to the middle, playing it in. Thank you, Robert Frost. Good call. What was that all about there, man?
A little Titan defense. We didn't want to get around Mr. Gibson. Shane got a little crazy on defense, didn't move his feet.
You're going to have a tendency to do that when you're almost up by 30. 61-32 with 16:40 left in the second half.
The key here, though, is not to let him on the line while the clock is stopped. We got to keep quick fouling.
I think after this game, the IPFW Mastodons are looking for the Barcelona Dream Team. Walton to Shane. Shot is no good. Hard off the board. Antoine Smith to Will Hite down the left side. Looks, keeps it, and decides differently. Here, steal by Walton.
Good call. Right off his hand. That's good hustle right there by Mr. Walton.
Little Andre Walton, the 5'8" senior guard, taking advantage of probably a little bit of stagnation on the part of the Norseman. Just takes that little bit extra effort.
All day. We got a little mismatch right there.
15 feet, I think that's pretty much within his range.
I believe so.
I think you're going to need more than just a hand in the face. Inside the Shea, over to Will Hite. He looks, left side. Over to Shea.
See, they're just out of sync, Tim. They don't know what to do.
Double team.
They got the big man out at the top of the key. I believe they're supposed to play in the paint.
Steal almost by Murphy. Inside to Gaines. Stripped away by Murphy. Walton with the ball down the middle. Robert Frost action. He takes the road and it's Woo! Oh my. Andre Walton shaking his head going, come on.
He says, you're not good.
Good move by Andre Walton. Exactly what you're supposed to do. Antoine Smith with the ball. Heads up into Gaines. Fouled by Murphy. Murphy just kind of let his body do his talking. Jonathan Gaines maybe a little bit frustrated inside.
I think Murphy was a member of the 1983 Bishop Dwenger football state champions, and I believe he might still feel like he's playing.
Yeah, that could be. 1st and 10 with Pat Murphy.
He's like a wholesale substitution, Tim.
Yazzi's going to give him a chance to take a breather.
Take his helmet off.
Plug in the electric blanket. I think he's out for a while. 65-34 with just under 15 minutes left in the game. Norseman, Shea, shot, no good. Rebound, Walton.
That block out. They're just getting one shot tonight, good. Tim.
Inside, almost. Andre Walton saw an opening, threw it to the tunnel, and Scott Simmons barely touched it.
Good effort, good look.
Yes, it was.
IPFW still applying pressure. They're just, no, that's 5.
A new man into the game, number 55 for the Norseman, Evans. Wilhite, over to Schratt. Back to Wilhite. Inside to Smith. Evans sinks his first basket.
I don't think we can match up right now with Northern Kentucky. We've got 3 guard offense right now, and Doug and Gibson, Ranking and Gibson are going to pick up the load defensively.
Well, at this point in the game, it's very difficult to get any kind of steam going other than can we reach 100.
The little man.
Smithy with the nice moves down the middle, goes to his right, throws it up off the glass, and says, I want 2. Shea down to Ebrams. Nice little hesitation, gets the hack. He's going to go for 2 to the line. Frankie just couldn't do anything. It appeared that he was in trouble. He just turned on the heat with the foul.
Tim, I don't know about you, but I'm going to take this time to say hello to some people out there.
Why don't you go ahead, because it's not going to get any closer than this.
Hey, Julie, Taylor, Derek, and little Jordan. Hey, I'll be home soon.
It's Matt Kinzer, the former Purdue Boilermaker, now running Major League Sports here in Fort Wayne. Out at the former National Mill Supply with a January 13th grand opening, I believe.
Ah, you can subtract 5 days, Tim.
The 8th, January the 8th.
Come on out. Free drinks, free court time, free everything.
George Foster and Pat Graham will not be there. Rinky to Walton.
What a pass.
That was a tough one. If you're Walton, that was a tough one.
Bill Walton. Andre Walton.
Former mountain man for Portland.
He's walking.
Nice foul by Ebrams. 67-39. Leading by 28. The Mastodons careful as they have put this baby to bed with too much time left.
I'll tell you one thing we're looking at right now. A good team keeps applying pressure. Regardless of what the score reads right now, Timmy, we don't care what it reads. Keep playing hard and finish what you've started.
That's exactly right. That's a good tip for all you future NBA coaches out there. You want to make sure that your team does not give up, because there is, in fact, much more time left on the clock. Value with a nice rebound down to Wilhite. Left side inside. Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was for the posters.
Well, I don't know if that was goaltending compared to the first half of Timmy.
From where I stood, it looked like Sean Gibson said, hey, I want to get on the front page of tomorrow's sports. Let's see if I can make it happen right now.
I tell you one thing, I don't think Piazzo's too happy with that. He's got a little more intensity. I wouldn't be surprised if Gibson comes out of the game, because that was a purely intentional goaltending. He was sizing that up, and I look for him to come out of the game.
Simmons rocking and rolling for 2. That's good.
Because Andy wants the game played right, and regardless of what it is, he wants it done right. We'll take a look here and see what happens. Yes. Number 50.
Let's see how much of the butt's going to be chewed off on this one. Little Gaseous Maximus.
Looks like John Hofstreiter is replacing him. And he might talk a little bit to him. I don't know. I don't know if that was called for or not. Yep, he's talking to him right now.
Abrams stays with it, nails it.
They might be sneaking back into this, Tim. There's just a lot of time
left. Let's hope so. Let's count on that.
Up illegal quit. Good call. He stepped right in there. I don't know why the official is calling it from underneath when there's one right next to him.
Yeah, it might have been the wrong official to make that call, but it was made, and it will go to the Norseman. And folks, that's how the game's played, by rules, and we must follow them carefully. Wilhite.
Good pass.
Inside. Shot is good.
Nice shot
by Shane.
Here they come.
2. He's signaling 2. The ref is signaling 2
instead of 3.
Instead of 3. That was a really, really good shot. Did I say really good? I meant really, really good. Smithy with the ball, controlling for the Mastodons on the right side, looking inside.
I'm watching the big man underneath. Ranking and number 55 are going at it a little bit. It looks like a personal vendetta. Simmons is off to the right.
This is one about 30.
Let's watch him. Look at him battle underneath.
Who are you looking at, man? You're looking at...
I'm looking at Doug Ranking and number 55. Abrams. They're battling underneath. It's like they've got a personal vendetta going on. Regardless of what the score is, they've got their own score to settle. Looks like the official's talking to him right now about that.
Could be The Godfather Part 5. Words of wisdom by Michael Corleone. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, and that's exactly what's going on. Nice little run.
Forward. Get it out and run, boys. Here we go. The big man's running the floor.
Ranking, steal by Wilhite. Down low to Schrant. Here's the shot. It will go. Score is now 69-47. Mastodons only with a 22-point lead with 10:50 left in the game. Here's steal. Oh. We've got a foul.
I want 100 points tonight, Tim. I don't know about you.
Don't forget, everyone who's here tonight, if we score 100 points, free pizza from Pizza Hut. That's in Kokomo, Indiana, and you got to be there by 9 o'clock tonight. So good luck.
The big man is out of the game. Doug Ranking bringing back in the butt-chewing number 41, Sean Gibson. I don't think we'll see any more goaltending. Do you, Tim?
No, I do not. No, I do not. Arsenek with the ball on top of the key, waiting for the wingman. Nothing happened.
Good pressure
back
defense.
Over to Smithy, who's directing some traffic just under the 10-second line. Goes to the left side, little mano-a-mano shot over to Simmons. Good. No, it's not.
Yes.
Good call.
It looked like it might fall, but then it bounced off.
I don't think he was square. His feet weren't set as we have a timeout.
He has a kind of a Dan Marino quick release.
He does, and it kind of reminds me of, I don't remember what his name is, was a little guard from Newcastle, went to Bloomington, is now the head coach at Manchester. Was that
Scott?
You got it.
I think you're talking about Steve Alford, and with that, we'll be right back for more GLVC basketball action right after these brief messages. We're back live at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Channel 6 cable access, where the Mastodons have a 69-47 lead over the Northern Kentucky Norsemen. Mastodons with control of the ball, as well as the score.
I tell you what, Tim, I think Andy, during that timeout, kind of just said, hey, guys, we're going to prepare for the future. We're going to work right now to get ready for the big-time games. That's why we still see the starters in there, because they have a lot more work to do in preparation for the next and upcoming games. As we take a good look at Sean Gibson at the line. Perfect form, 81% from the free throw line.
It's a good point, Matt. You find the words from Neil Young, the American guitarist from Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, who said this: rust never sleeps. Even your starters can get just a little bit cranky.
That's right.
Let's give them some time on the floor. Norsemen having just a little bit of trouble getting the ball across. Sibley over to Felia. On Marfrey. Shot is good. That was pretty. My, that was nice. Simmons takes it to the middle. Back to Gibson. We're going to start this whole thing back over. Marcinek with the ball on the left side. Looking for the picks. Gets it to Smithy. Waiting for the play to transpire.
Oh, man, we got a lot of shoving underneath by the big boy, 55 again.
Evans.
Now he's shoving Mr. Gibson.
I think it's mutual, though, Matt.
I believe so.
Sean Gibson right there had the ball and then took it up and made sure that he got contact in order to draw the foul. That's one thing you look for in a big man inside. You not only want him to shoot, you want him to get rid of the other guy's players. And Sean Gibson does just that.
Which he does very well at the free throw line, too, shooting 81% right now. And he's got a lot of free throw attempts at 79. 79 attempts, and the ones closest to him has 39 attempts. So, as you can see, he drains that one. He's getting a lot of his points from the free throw line. And
good look at the All-American. The former friend of Pat Graham. This is the second. Marfrey with the ball over to Felia. We're going to start this one all over again. Let's see what they can do with it. Shea over to Felia. Decides to pass it to himself is what he decided.
And that play right there kind of reminded me of Dean Ely.
Yes.
Dean plays a lot like that.
He went to the library, got his own library card, and said, I'll pass to myself. Find me in the biography section.
Good dish. Go up strong. Got to go up strong. Prepare yourself for being hacked in the act, which he didn't.
Good move, good decision.
IPFW is still applying pressure, Tim. I think they're preparing for the date, February 6th.
Blocked by Gibson. Boy gets up. Shot's good by number 44, Sibley. Smithy fakes the shot inside the hot stand.
Nice. They just keep coming at you. Keep coming at you.
75-51 with just under 8.5 left in the game. Mastodons with a 24-point lead. And seemingly with things under control.
So physical there.
I'm impressed with this Marfrey boy, man. Number 43, Ron Marfrey, who seems to feel very comfortable with the ball in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like he's taken over for the flu-stricken Will Hoyt, which is now coming back into the game. But I think this might be an added plus for the coach from Ken Shields, seeing that, yeah, he can handle the ball.
I like him. I think if I'm putting together a team, he's one of my top 2 or 3 picks.
Is that NBA, CBA, college, high school?
No, that's going to be rotisserie.
I see.
Our congratulations again to Amy Perkins, who was our MVP choice of the former game played tonight with the Mastodons winning over the Lady Norsemen. Amy Perkins, who will receive a free bowling game at the Roanoke Bowling Lanes because of that.
And she has to be there before 9 o'clock?
Exactly.
Okay, which will never happen.
We're going to go the other direction. We're going to go to the west side of the gymnasium 75-52. The Mastodons in the driver's seat. Scott Simmons
Take it
all the way.
Scott.
Oh my. On Stedler, back over to Marcy.
Got to give that one up, Tim. You got to give it up.
Smithy inside the Haas driver. Not bad. Not bad for improvising. Over to Strand, says no, I want it closer, throws it up. It does not go. Smithy to Marcinek, who says, I can shoot, and does.
Got little words exchanging right there.
Sean Gibson, the Brad Sisson look-alike.
He kind of looks like his brother, don't you think?
I have no idea why that might be, Matt.
Well, I just thought he did. I don't know.
Due to the genetical scheme of things, that could be a possibility.
Could be. Well, I see a lot of fans from
Pat Graham's hometown.
Yeah, I do. They're all waving right now at us.
Shots up and good by Antoine Smith.
Northern Kentucky people are exiting. I see
yes,
a
it's
few
going to be a long, quiet ride back home.
Here's a good look at Antoine. Good form, elbows in, follow through.
The second one. 77-54 is our score. Simmons on an 8-footer, good.
I would think Northern Kentucky would call off the dogs on the pressure. They're just getting burnt. IPFW has proven they can beat that press. Push off, got away.
That's good. That was a nice pass in from Will Height to Sibley. John with a bandage on his right hand. Not quite sure why he has that.
He jammed it on the backboard.
Okay, could be seeing a chiropractor later on.
Right.
There are some good ones in the area. One being Dr. Victor Fitch, working the Georgetown area, who happens to patronize our church, Faith Baptist Church. There we've covered the spiritual side now. We can move on back to the physical. Trent Sibley, good look at the forward. Shot is no good.
Brick, he's a masonry.
Trent doing the Adrian Dantley, take my time, I've got 20 seconds kind of maneuvering. Shot's good. 79-55, 7.5 left in the game. Mastodons trying to stay awake during this game.
42. We got some new people in there we might want to.
Andre with the rebound. Yeah, who is number 32 there, Matt?
Number 32 looks like Tom Patterson.
Patterson in the game takes a shot, but Smithy nails the three-pointer.
And we got number 42, Casey Runyon.
Casey Runyon.
Mom and Dad can be proud at home.
My guess is as a child he was nicknamed the Onion.
Or Paul Bunyan. Got three saying he's camping, build a fire, he's in the lane.
Nice. He's good. Arfrey good. I like him.
Good ball handling.
Smithy inside to Patterson. Oh, that's Runyon.
You know, Tim, right now I don't quite understand why Mr. Gibson's still in the ballgame.
Gibson or Walt.
Game's clearly out of hand. Hopefully we won't have any injuries in this segment, but I think we're trying to help Mr. Gibson out with the All-American status. Let's give him the points.
I think you know for which you speak. Yes.
And what better man to give him the ball like right now?
Not a good play there by Andre Walton where he had Sean Gibson wide open. Shot by Schrant, good.
We're still, here it is. Give it up. There it is. There it is.
Gets a second chance, Matt. Don't give him a second chance because he'll do it. He'll burn you. He'll heat you up because he's packing. I'm impressed. Tonight I've been impressed. 84-59. All we want is 100. Give us 3 digits.
One shot. Get it out and go. Look at Gibson running the court again. Give it up.
Saw his man.
Oh, he's getting it.
Gibson with the layup.
He says, give me the ball, I'll take it.
That was a nice pass by Smith. He bounced it in traffic, and it barely made it to Antoine Smith's hands, and Gibson took it from there, stripping and stealing. Rebound by Patterson. Takes it himself over the wall. Bad pass inside. Simply says gone.
Getting a little sloppy, Tim.
Yes, it is. You can expect that with only 5 minutes left in the game. The Mastodons are 14 points away from 100. 86-61 is our score here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, better known as the IPFW Gymnasium. That's IPFW.
A nice hand right there for Smithy.
Jeff Smithy coming out of the game. Played a very heads-up, take charge kind of game. I think that boy's going to be seeing more playing time.
Brother to brother.
Gibson to Gibson. Back to Gibson. Into Patterson.
Nice pass. Nice pass. The big man can play.
That was a good pass and a good shot. Our magic number down to just 12.
Another board.
Gibson.
Another board for
Gibson. Walton on the right side. He's looking, and he wants
it. Traveling. He's looking, traveling.
But he's packing a Samsonite.
He is. He says, I've got my suitcase, I'm traveling.
299er approaching takeoff. He is traveling on a vacay. Schrant, the nice head.
He says, take that.
Sean Gibson frustrated with himself a little bit.
Yep. Dazzle's up off the bench. Looks like he wants something going on.
Patterson coming over for some sideline instructions from Coach Piazzi,
who
considers this year's team one of his finest ever. And I think that or they're both making plans for dominoes after the game.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty strong statement, but I tell you what I see tonight, the powerful and very strong IPFW, they're one of my favorites. I better say that, or I won't be coaching anymore.
Well, they are doing good, Matt. Whether or not your job's on the line, they're doing good, and I would like to see them tested. If they play this well without being tested, I wonder what kind of performance we could see, whether they would heat up to an even hotter.
I tell you what, that February 6th date jumps out in my mind, Tim. They are playing #2 ranked in the nation.
Is that here?
That is here.
It's going to be a home game, folks.
And it's going to be Kentucky Wesleyan.
There are still tickets left for that game. Kentucky Wesleyan ranked #2.
There's the fake
replay.
right there.
Take a look. Notice again how Sean Gibson gets into trouble and draws the foul. That is a sign of a good player.
Well, he's doing something tonight we don't see much of, and that's missing free throws.
Gibson wants to play for Arnie Ball there for the spike back to the ref. Here's a good look at the senior. Nails it. 89-63 with just over 4 minutes left. Will Height takes it all the way. He's got some skates on him too, man.
Sure.
That fella can run. I wouldn't be surprised if we found out he played and ran track as well as football in high school.
I don't know if we can get some information on that or not. We know about Pat Graham, but
we'll go to the archives.
There's a nice hand from Mr. Walton.
He played a good game. Andre Walton taking a seat on some aluminum. Did real well. There's a good look at Wilhite. Shots up. It will not go. Rebound Gibson, who probably by this point has double figures, maybe a double-double going. Patterson jump shot, no good. Tried to bank it off the back. That's going to be hard to do.
Again by Mr. Gibson. He's all over the place.
Yes, indeed. Wilhite, very heads-up ball player, just needs a little bit more help. Failure with the shot. It'll go. 3, I believe. Yes. Full tank of gas.
9 more points.
He dialed 1-800 on that one. Marcinek to Patterson looking inside. Here's Runyon shot up. It will not go. Jonathan Gaines with the board over to Will Hyde on the left side. Wants to toss it, but hesitates. Keeps it himself
Nice
down the middle. Shot up, and
He says, not today.
it's good.
That shouldn't count. He was on the rim.
Matt, they're going to give him that, and then the foul. What's the ruling and infraction there? Once it leaves your hand,
Once it leaves your hands,
and then the foul occurs, you get the
basket's
bucket.
good.
Okay.
And we got IPFW on the free throw line.
Okay. Now, they're at the free throw line because they're in the bonus?
Correct.
Okay. Otherwise, it'd just be their ball on the side.
Absolutely.
All right.
Where I'm with you.
Okay, that's not a new page, I understand. That's been in the rule books for a while.
I believe so.
All right.
If you'd read it one time, you'd get it.
Gibson. Good.
As we hear that net swishing. He's got good form.
Don't forget, we're coming to you from College Access Cable number 6. Those of you watching at home in the leisure of your own cocoon, you might want to write for that College Access guide. Don't forget, that's College Cable Access here at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East. Scores 93-68 with only 3:08 left. There's Sean Gibson exiting the game, getting a nice little handshake from not only the players but the trainer and a young fella in the crowd. They're shooting a Coke commercial, it looks like. He's going to take a seat, 41. I think we're going to be hearing a little bit more about him in the future.
He's talking to his brother right now. He says, I can't believe he didn't pass me the ball earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said.
It looks like they're discussing it right now, what they're going to talk about at home.
Shane and Sean both playing a good game tonight for the Mastodons.
What do we got here? What do we got?
There's another infraction. I believe they're going to give him the second shot. No? What is this?
Well, right now, it looks like there was a little misdirection on who was coming in. We had a guy coming into the game, and I think we're in a 10 foul, which he gets two free throws. There's a second one right there. Are you with me, Tim?
I sure am. Sean Gibson, we apologize to the Gibson family who may be scoring at home. We do not know what his totals were as of yet. We do know that they are mighty impressive. Simmons with the shot. Good. I think he's shot that before. I think he's practiced a bit longer than most of us.
I tell you what.
Youngster nailing it, probably his fourth three-pointer.
Matter of fact, I saw him coming off the parking lot shooting.
Yes. Yes, you are correct.
He answers. I tell you what, Delia just answered and says, hey, I've got one for you.
Delia, who...
Oh, that's acting. Hollywood.
Who does something well and then negates it with something poor. Greg Thalia with the foul.
Number 25 is in the game, Tim. I want to make that point for IPFW.
25 for the Mastodons entering into the game.
He is Chad North, a 6'9" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Bishop Lures.
(96-72).
As you get a good look at number 32, Tom Patterson from Toledo, Ohio, a junior, 6'4", 190 forward at the line.
I think it's safe to say at this point in the game with 2:26 left, we need to think and give some serious thought to who our MVP is. In your estimation, which of the Mastodons deserves the weighty honor? The Dandy Don player of the game.
Dandy Don player of the game.
Yes,
and
I know who I'm picking. Who are you going with?
Well, I was going to go with the trainer, Mike Yale, but since he didn't get any time out there, I'm going to go with the big man.
Sean?
I think so.
I'm going to stay away from the Gibson family altogether and go with Scott Simmons.
Good choice.
I thought he started out well when Sean was thinking about his date afterwards. There's a good look at some of the highlights back live. I'm going to go with Scott Simmons, number 23, who in my opinion gave them what they needed from the outside so that Gibson could be loosed inside.
Did I say Gibson? I meant Simmons.
You meant Simmons?
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
I meant Simmons. Richard,
we're going to go to the booth, the truck, the fellas in the truck, find out what they think.
There's that name again, Scott Simmons.
Scott Simmons
I
again.
think they just told us who it was.
And it's 99 points, folks. We need one more to turn to 300.
99 red balloons. There it is. Good board. They got hacked in the act. We're going to shoot two, number 25, Chad North. Our very own Fort Wayne native from Bishop Lures, a 6'9" freshman, all 195 pounds on the 10.
There's a good look at Abrams, the big fella who's not big enough, at least not tonight. The Mastodons taking control of this game. And who's at the line, Matt? Who gets the chance to get the 100th point?
Chad, not south, but north.
There he is. Shot is
Count.
good. 100.
Pizza.
The crowd responds in kind. They say thank you. We're going to Kokomo for that Pizza Hut personal pan.
That was supposed to be there at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock tonight. Will Height, who knows it's all over, still employs a bit of aggressiveness, and I think he might have a black eye on that one.
I think it was a little Mike Tyson bob and weave right there.
He's a darn good player. Well, folks, our dandy Don Mastodon for tonight, Scott Simmons, number 23 for the Mastodons. Played a whale of a ball game. We're going to get the final stats in just a little bit. Yes, a lot of people contribute, but young Scott Simmons maybe played 40 minutes.
That'd be the whole game.
I think so.
I'll give you that.
Gave him what they needed.
40 minutes.
Patterson throws it away. Over to Shea.
Back to Vitus.
There's the shot by Delia, no good. Rebound by Abrams. Turns, rocks, no good. Back out, left side. Will Height. It won't go. We're gonna have two MVPs tonight. It appears that after a consensus from here, we've got new input, and from the bench as well as the truck and some selected random people from the crowd, they're going to go with Andre Walton as our co-MVP. Thinking that through, now that it has become clear to me, I think I'm looking through a window. And I'm saying, hey, Andre Walton did play, controlled the offense. He may not have been as flashy. Co-MVPs, what do you think, Matt?
I agree. You can't run the offense without a pointing guard, and I tell you what, if you don't have a pointing, if you got a big man in Gibson, but if you don't have a guard that can get him the ball, what good is he?
That's exactly right. He also helped a great deal on defense, applying the pressure early throughout the game. I think he was still playing D while he was on the bench.
He might have.
Yes.
Right now, he's playing defense behind the bench as we speak.
Is. He's saying, Coach, I'll take pepperoni, mushrooms, and a little anchovy.
And a pillow to take a rest.
Merry Christmas to Andre Walton's family.
Is he in Walton's Mountain?
No, that is incorrect. Our co-MVP, Dandy Dons.
Ball in, call timeout, baby.
And Isaac. The Isaac Walton League. This is called mop-up time. Patterson having a little trouble. The Norseman stealing the ball. Will Height says, yeah, that's all I need. Little room. He's got a range on him, similar to Reggie Miller. Mastodons only ahead by 15.
Gatler's off the bench right now, wants some order.
There's a good look at Ken Shields, who's saying, hey, what am I? Oh, is it him? Oh, he's winning. Oh, okay. Good look at Coach Piali sitting down with a nice suit, probably purchased earlier this evening at Bacharach's.
Got a hack. Tell you, let's see if they're hacking the right person here. Number 42, KC Runyon.
Runyon, Damon's boy.
Well, he's shooting a cool 60% from the line.
60%.
6 for 10.
Okay.
He has no GLVC, however, no GLVC attempts at the
42. Okay. That's going to help his statistics as well as the final score, which is now 102-86, 59 seconds, one tick under a minute. Second one's good. Right now, if you're the Norseman, you're saying, hey, I got pride. I can play for that. I may not win the ball game, but I can play for that. Failure with the long bomb. No good.
No fouls, IPFW.
Somebody's been using the weed eater out there on 54.
Wide foul. Wide foul right there. The clock stops.
Exactly. It's 39 seconds.
Being aggressive, I guess. You don't get much PT out there.
Give me some stats on number 54. Who is he?
Oh, number 54. Let's take a look. Jim Vitus.
Jim Vitus?
6'5" senior, 238 pounds of him from Chicago, Illinois.
All right, there's a good look at Eric Ebrams. Shot is no good. He'll get two, however. Eric Ebrams, who's had the battle all night long with the Gibsons and the Yankees. He nails the second. 103-87 is your score. Here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, a bad pass in by Runyon will send it the other direction.
I tell you, they never say die.
Coach Piazzi, however, knows this one was put to bed about halftime. And they accumulated a 19-point lead. Ebrams inside, throws it up. It won't go, but he is hacked.
I tell you, I'm trying to notice our players still in. It looks like Gibson brothers are kind of figuring out what do you want tonight, extra cheese or pepperoni.
And folks, this is the town of churches. However, we have more than our share of pizza places. And they do deliver. Don't forget, they do deliver. You're sitting there in the comfort, saying, I wonder what I'm going to watch after this game. Call. Call one of your favorite places. Mine is Pizza Hut. I like Domino's in a pinch. And Papa John's.
As long as mine's round, I'll eat it.
Just call me for supper. I don't care what you call me.
Aggressive defense right there.
Simmons, one of our MVPs, handles the defense appropriately. Over to Marcinek. Boom.
Uh-oh, we got a little shove underneath. 35 and 25. They're going to...
I'm not sure if I'm Chad North that I want to be shoving about right now.
I don't believe so.
No. I'm looking at his arms, and I'm saying the cannon's not loaded. There's your scoreboard, 103-88, 24 seconds left. Shot is no good. No good indeed, but he'll get a second one. The mystery is over. He hits it. We've got alley-oop. We've got what we came for, Matt, and that is 100 points with 19 seconds left. Do you want anything else?
Well, I'd like 105.
105. Let's see if we can stop the train right there. Simmons shot.
Hold it back. We're going to get it. We're going to get it.
I think it's failure. Foul and feel you. Because he was feeling you.
I think it was Vitus.
Let's check.
54, the big man.
Exactly.
Vitus.
He pulled out his Ace Hardware weed eater.
And hacked him in the act.
He sure did. That's gasoline powered or electric with the long extension cord. Shot is no good. We want 105.
Gotta have it.
Young Patterson says, maybe not for me, not tonight. 11 seconds left.
Checks it, eyes it.
It's good.
There it is. I wanted it. I got it.
105-88.
It was a Toyota commercial.
Will Knight,
down.
knowing this one's over, gives it to Vitus, shoots
Oh,
it.
my word.
It is nothing.
Over the back, bank shot.
Will Knight, 2 seconds
glass.
to hook shot.
Oh,
Played a good game. Well, that's your game for tonight here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. 105-88. My good friend Matt Kinzer looking down now onto the field as the players give the handshakes, the salutations. We will be right back after these brief commercial messages.
A lot of my friends have already retired. But I wasn't ready for that. So I'm still teaching. This time in Belize, Central America. I decided to join the Peace Corps. I love my kids. And the way I figure it, I have the rest of my life to play cards.
Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
My hero? Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Costner, Mr. Wong.
These are teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
My hero? Mrs. Wooten. If I don't get through to that child, who knows, maybe no one else will.
Teachers have the power to wake up young minds, to be heroes, to make a difference. Reach for that power. Teach. Find out how by calling 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
What comes to your mind when you think about mathematics? Clowns, street sweepers, the Red Sox, robots, the weather, earthquakes, Disney World, pineapples, conventions, parking tickets, fishing? If these practical applications of contemporary mathematics didn't make your list, you should watch public television's math series For All Practical Purposes.
We made it!
Hey, I couldn't have gotten through physics without you.
Yeah, well, you're on your own at college.
It's not fair.
That's all right. I'm gonna get a job, you know. I'm gonna start working, I'm gonna save. And I'll be in college in another year or two.
So, what do you have planned, Mike?
I think I'm gonna go home and make a sandwich. Okay.
Support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Vince, come on, we're late.
This headbagging is more fun than going through a windshield.
Good night from Iron Maiden. Drive home safe. Remember to strap yourselves in with your safety belts. You don't want to end up like Eddie. Belt up. Don't be a dummy.
Bonjour. French in Action, opening a new era in language learning. A television course in 52 lessons centers around a wonderful romantic comedy filmed entirely on location in France. The story of Mireille, Robert, Marie-Laure, and the mysterious man in black will help you to learn, to understand,
Excusez-moi.
and to speak French. Watch French in Action.
After dating the guy forever, you think I could tell him anything. Why is this so hard? I'm really scared.
It takes a lot of guts to tell someone he's too drunk to drive. But you can do it. Just say it. Because if you don't, there may be nothing left to say.
Kevin, I'm gonna drive.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
We're at IPFW are pleased to be able to bring you cable cast of NCAA athletic competition. We hope you've enjoyed the show and the excitement of intercollegiate sports from IPFW. To provide such programs, we need your support. With the help of many volunteers, we are able to produce these programs at a relatively low cost. Your contribution will help defray the production costs not covered by the Channel 6 budget. The College Cable Access Center invites you to invest in quality college programming by sending your contribution to College Cable Access Center at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805, 1499. Again, that's College Cable Access Center at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805, 1499. And right now we're going to go down to Tim Atkins with the Mastodon Dandy Dons player of the games. Right back down to you, Tim Atkins. Who do you got down there for us?
Thank you, Matt. We have a couple of the cogs of the machine tonight that pretty much put that game to rest at halftime. Our co-MVPs, the Dandy Dons, Andre Walton and Scott Simmons. Let's talk with Andre. Andre, you played a great game tonight, offensively and defensively. What was going through your mind through the entire game?
Well, one thing that was going through my mind is to get it to the big men, get them to scoring. As soon as they get to scoring, the team will go down on them, then they'll kick it out to the guys to shoot the threes. They was on tonight, so we just kept on giving it to them.
During the game, we caught you dribbling the ball down the middle with lots of options all the time, whether you wanted to shoot, whether you wanted to pass. Either lane was filled. Did that make a difference for you, thinking offensively?
Yes, you know, when I have two wings filling the lanes, you know, I have a lot of options. Either I can drive or I can dish off. With my wings, they can shoot, so I just give it to them and they just shoot it up.
They sure did, and you did excellent job defensively too. When you come into a game, you know you've got to stop the other guy. Would you consider that a good part of your game, the defense?
That's my best part of my game.
Yes, and indeed it was tonight too. You have the skates, offensively or defensively, to keep up with just about anybody. Good game, Andre.
All right, thank you.
We've got Scott Simmons also. Scott, if you'll come over here. You canned a couple of three-pointers, went for the long bomb, dialed 1-800. Is that a normal part of your game?
Yeah, I'm a three-point shooter. Lately, I haven't been getting too many shots, but that's because we haven't been playing the good teams who will double down. And once they do that, the wings are always open, and it's my job to put it in.
You did a good job. You had 17 points tonight. Do you feel comfortable with 17? Is that pretty much where you want to be? Did you get enough shots?
I got plenty of shots. I was very pleased. My coach kept telling me that, you know, that was going to happen, and it did.
Matt and I also noticed when Andre wasn't in the game, you kind of took control, you and Smithy, bringing the ball down and trying to keep at least the token defense going.
Yeah, Dre gives a lot of intensity, and it spreads on the court, and when he's gone, you need someone else to pick that up. Jeff was shooting great tonight, and he played a good game, and we gotta help each other out.
You can always count on the big game from both the Gibson boys and for you fellas tonight. We just want to congratulate you. How's this look? What's going to be? You got a big game coming up in February. Am I right?
Yeah.
Number 2 ranked. Who is that?
Kentucky Wesleyan.
Do you look ahead? Is that scary?
No, we take it game by game.
Andre, do they have anybody on their team that's as quick as you?
Well, I don't know. Last year they had a pretty quick guard, so I think he was a little quicker than me, but all I got to do is just give him a little room, keep him in front of me, and I'll be okay.
One last question. What the both of you get for Christmas this year? Scott?
I got a lot of stuff.
Anything that you want to mention?
No, not really.
Well, you don't need any wristbands, that's for sure. Andre, how about you? Anything for Christmas?
Best thing was passing grades to me.
That's going to be needed. Well, that's it with our Dandy Dons. Andre Walton and Scott Simmons, congratulations to both of them. They helped turn the Mastodons record into an 8-0 undefeated. Back up to you, Matt.
Thanks, Tim. I think we had a good time tonight, and we want to congratulate the Mastodons on their 8th straight win over Northern Kentucky. Okie dokie. Okay, we're going to recap the score tonight. IPFW rolls on to another victory, 105-88. That was the score tonight. We'd like to take this time to thank the Channel 6 volunteer crew and the Learning Resource Center at IPFW for their contributions to the live production of our basketball games this evening. Again, the score was 105-88. The telecast of this IPFW sporting event is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized copying, exhibition, retransmission, or rebroadcast of this event without express written consent, Tim. Written consent is strictly
prohibited. That needs to be
prohibited.
written down. Can it be typed?
Let's say goodbye, Tim.
Well, folks, we do want to thank you for tuning in tonight. For those of you who had many other things to do, thanks again from the Hilliard Gates Sports Center Arena. This is Tim Atkins and my good friend Matt Kinzer saying so long and good evening.